It's time for Life Update 2020. Hello. It has been a minute since we've sat down and chatted. It's also been over a year since I did a life update video, so unless you know me IRL enough to know really what's been going on, probably have no idea how much my life has changed in the past year. I mean, you can probably tell from social media, wow, she's been traveling a lot and she must have a job. Because my last life update, I did not have a job and I was not traveling a lot because I had $0. And now that is not the case. So I figured we'd just do a big life update video, especially if you're just wondering what the heck has been going on in my life. How can she afford to do all these things? And just generally, what am I doing? Because I'm not doing the same thing I did when I first moved here or a year ago, or even have the same goals, because I've learned a lot in the past year. So we're gonna talk about all that today. I have a little sticky note to make sure I talk about everything I want to talk about. And yeah, sit down, grab a beverage or snack or both, because it's probably gonna be kind of a long video because I have a lot to talk about. Anyway, here we go. So the most noticeable difference, if you are just going from my last life update video to this life update video, is my hair is completely different. A year ago, my hair was really long and purple, and I loved my purple hair. I loved my long hair, but in the springtime, I think it was, I was I want to chop off my hair, which was a big battle inside of my heart. People that grow out their hair long probably understand when and if you cut it, it's kind of a big deal. It seems stupid and vain, but it's not, in my opinion. Hair gives so much chance for expression, and obviously if you've seen my hair over the years, you can tell that I express myself a lot through my hair. A year ago, it was long and purple, chopped it, it was still purple, different shades of purple. It was all blue. Look through my Instagram or Facebook pictures, because I honestly don't even know off the top of my head. And then in November, I went completely pink, which was what I was up until 3 days ago when I went blonde. And now I am this blonde with darker roots, so I can start growing my natural hair out. I don't know if I'll actually eventually have my natural hair color within this year, but that's my goal right now, just to give my hair a break and not spend so much money on my hair, because every time I get my hair professionally done, obviously it costs money. But at least that's what I think right now, February 2020. Who knows how I'll feel in March. I have really learned to embrace my ever-changing, not goals, but I change my mind a lot. Not about fundamental things and morals, but about things that I just want to look like or want to do. So I, over the past year especially, have really learned to just be that's how I am. I'm not gonna make any huge statements that I'm going to do this, because I don't even know tomorrow if I'm gonna want blonde hair. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's kind of going into things that I've learned over the year. But yeah, my hair especially, it's changed a lot, and I really like to live my life like that. I also had bangs at one point. Those were very short-lived, especially with work. They're just not, they're not easy to do. So I just gave up on that. And yeah, that's my hair. I'm going down my list, but really there's a lot. Since my last life update, I'm in a different apartment. I now live on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. I was previously living in Washington Heights. My room is a lot smaller, but I'm living with one of my lifelong friends, Amanda. Hey Amanda, I know you're watching this, because you are one of, I don't know, a handful of people that I know watch every video, and love you for that, all of you guys. And I'm also living with my friend Monica, and Monica and Amanda have been friends since college, so it's really fun to live with them. I live on the Upper East Side. Really great location to live in. I can just walk 5 minutes out my building's door and go watch a movie at the movie theater, or get Shake Shack or Taco Bell, or go shopping, or walk to frickin' Central Park, which is just like a few blocks away. So really fun, great place to live. Chad, who I used to live with, moved to DC. Hi Chad, you're probably also watching this. And that's like really sad because I loved living with Chad, but you know, he's living his life in DC. So new apartment, new room. I eventually am going to do a room tour and maybe apartment tour. I never even did an apartment tour at my old apartment. Just never happened. And now we're like not a year into living here, but I've lived in this apartment since July of last year and it's February. So room tour needs to happen, like especially just for me. I love to just like remember the places that I've lived and things like that. So room tour is a selfish thing for me to just have in my videos. My job. I have a job. First of all, I am a nanny. Did not think I would ever have this job. If I would have predicted like a list of jobs that I would potentially have while in New York before I moved here, I do not think I would have included nanny on the list. Maybe me right after reading Mindy Kaling's first book, I would have, because she was a nanny, but she was a nanny when she was a lot younger than me. And so then me at that point in my life might have been like, yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna nanny, I'm gonna do this, break into the television industry. Wow, can't talk. But I would not have predicted I would become a full-time nanny, and that's like my full-time job, and feel like at peace with that. Like it's so weird. Not only is the job of a nanny kind of strange, but my schedule is even weirder, but also great. I work for 7 days and then I have 7 days off. So like I work for 7 days, which by the end of the 7 days, it's a lot. I'm usually very tired, and on that day that I go home, I'm like, I need to peace the fuck out and chill, you know? But then I get 7 days off, so I can go home to California, I can travel, I can hang out with friends, I can make videos and like re-energize myself and have a good span of days that I can like work on projects or just like do whatever I want. It's so weird, and it's like I have two separate lives, because when I'm at work, I'm a live-in nanny. So I'm like at work for 24 hours a day for 7 days. I live at work, and then I come home, and then I live at home and don't do any work. So it's really kind of a mind fuck, but I kind of love it, and I really like the family that I work for, and the kids are really cool. They're 5 and 6-year-old girls. To give you some context about the family I work for, they work in the entertainment industry and have a lot of money. So when you've seen me travel to London and Jamaica and LA when I was staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel, which I would never do if I was paying it for myself, those were all for work. So the family goes on vacation, and if I happen to be working the week that they plan the vacation for, then I go with them. So it's really a fantastic opportunity to travel and experience what it's like to travel when you have a lot of money. It's really crazy, and I often find myself thinking like, what is my life? How did this happen? And you might be wondering, how did this happen? That's like one of the biggest questions I get when I tell people that I'm a nanny, and my schedule, and when they find out where I've traveled and things, it kind of implies that I work for a wealthy family. The way that I got this job had a lot of different steps leading up to it. So I want to start from the idea of me seeking to be a nanny or a babysitter, and that was from one of my friends in an improv class I was in, and she is a nanny part-time. She was also a student at the time. I don't know if she's still in school, I don't know, but anyway, she suggested that I be a part-time nanny so I could still pursue acting or whatever else I wanted to do and take classes but make steady money. So she suggested I join a Facebook group that is designated for families looking for babysitters and nannies and people that are looking to be the nannies and babysitters. So I joined this Facebook group and I was searching on there for a while, posting like my information and responding to families, but nothing really ever came of it until a company called the Sitter Club posted in the Facebook group saying they were holding interviews, and what their business does is they match babysitters and nannies with families who are looking for specific attributes in their babysitters and nannies. And this company also, like, they interview you, obviously. They call all of your references, you know, they do a whole background check so the families can trust and not have to do all that work themselves. So I was like, sure, why not? Set up the interview, went to the interview, they loved me, called my references. Apparently my references were great. And then I was put on their list of nannies and babysitters that are looking for work. Then you can tell them what kind of work you're looking for, what kind of families, like your preferences, things like that. Then they send you emails with profiles, not saying who they are, but like what the ages of the kids are, what their like activities that they like to do, things like that, where they live, so you could see if it's close to where you live, like the commute, all that kind of stuff. So they were sending me some, and I was saying yes to some and no to others. And for the most part, I was saying no to families that said they had pets because I'm allergic to most animals, unfortunately. I love animals, but they, or their skin specifically and their saliva, makes my body think that I'm dying. So I was saying no to a lot of those until one family seemed really like a good match, except they had a dog. It was two girls. At the time they were 4 and 5. They loved creative things, drawing, painting, art, music, performing, and it seemed like a really great match. And I wanted girls, I wanted potty trained kids, and so this seemed perfect. And obviously all of those creative activities I love. So I was like, okay, like I want to be able to connect with these kids if I'm going to be working with them. So I want to have similar interests. It benefits both people, you know, me and the kids, because the kids have someone that actually cares about what they're interested in genuinely, and then I have fun at work because I get to do stuff that I like to do at work with kids that are really excited about it. So anyway, I said yes to that family, and then from there, when you say yes, the Sitter Club then sends profiles to each family. So I don't know how many profiles they got, but they got a stack of nanny profiles, and then I was chosen. And so I got a phone interview with one of their other nannies, and like the day of the interview, the Sitter Club was like, oh, by the way, this is a high profile client, family is and I was like, oh, okay, because like I knew who the family, or like one of the members of the family was, and I was like, oh my god. So then I was like super nervous, but the phone interview went really well. Then I did like a trial, or like 2 trial weeks to test out like if we all got along and how I worked and if I was good. And they ended up really liking me. And so I started part-time. I was just doing afternoons and evenings twice a week. But then once summer hit, this family goes out to their Hamptons house in the summer. They live there all summer long, and so the schedule that I was currently on, like 2 days, would be kind of silly because it takes like 3 hours to drive out there. So the way that we scheduled or changed the schedule was everyone was working full-time. There's 4 nannies total, and we work in pairs. Live long and prosper. 2 of us would work, and then 2 of us would be off, and then vice versa. So then we would just switch out and drive out to the Hamptons. And then the mom said that if everyone liked the schedule, by the time the summer was over, we could just keep it, and everyone loved it, obviously. So that is still my current schedule. I like start work on Thursday morning, and then I work until the next Thursday morning, and then I leave when the other nannies come, and we just switch back and forth. Unless there's a trip involved and I have to work like extra days, which like for like the day after Christmas until like the New Year's trip, I worked, I think I think it ended up being 10 days, which again is a lot. But, you know, things like that happen where we can't really do the switch because we're not in New York. So that is like my new job schedule, why I've been traveling a lot, and it pays really well. So I can afford to live in New York comfortably, and I can afford to fly home when I want to. I also a big reason why I've been able to travel a lot, besides just like traveling for work, which I don't have to pay for because it's work. I got a JetBlue credit card, so I've been getting points. And so like my trip to San Diego, both flights to and fro were completely just paid with points. Was my trip home from Christmas the same? I think so. And then when I ended up staying in LA in January after my work week there, they let me stay behind because they're like, oh, we can like fly back and you can just stay, because they knew that I was from there and my family was there. I used points for that flight back to New York as well. So if you guys want to travel, I highly recommend getting a freaking travel credit card because it's the best. And I love JetBlue, and so I got the JetBlue card. But that's not really that important for you to know. So that is the update on my job and my schedule and like how I've been traveling a lot. Where I'm living is going to change after this lease is up though, but I think I'm gonna do another video for that because there's a lot of information there, which is really exciting. So yeah. The next topic I want to talk about is mental health, and I am listing this right after my job and schedule because it has a pretty direct impact on my mental health. Who would have thought being financially stable can allow you to not feel like a freaking mess? You know, they say money can't buy you happiness, but money can buy you stability. So I think it can buy you happiness. You know, like that's just how that works. You need money to survive, and it's hard to be happy when you feel like you can't survive and you might have to move back to California and live in your parents' house when that's not what you want to do. If that's what I wanted to do, then that would be great. But I want to stay out here on the East Coast for now, so, you know, kind of important to have money because it's an expensive place to live. And 2020 is an expensive time to be alive, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have money. You can't just not have a job. And that was me a year ago. That is just like, that lays the groundwork for me being able to be positive and have a good outlook on life, which I was pretty positive and hopeful, you know, a year ago, but my goals have also completely changed. So whereas a year ago, my goal was to really pursue acting and the entertainment industry, my job and just life happening has changed all of that, which I don't know if that's going to be a disappointment for some people, because I feel like, I don't know, like saying that you no longer want to be a star is like kind of sad. So it's like, oh, am I giving up on that? But no, let me tell you, my job has allowed me to kind of get a little peek into what it's like to have like the jobs that I was aspiring to have. Probably one of my number one goals in life was like to eventually be on SNL or like, I don't know, be well known. Like I thought it would be cool to be famous, and I no longer want that. I still want to do creative things and like act and do comedy and just a lot of fun stuff that I think is fun, but I no longer have the goal of like reaching the top, because that seems not fun, or the lifestyle that comes along with it is not the kind of lifestyle I want to live. I love anonymity and like being able to just like walk outside and go to the grocery store and just like not have to talk to a single person. That is chef's kiss. And you know, some people don't care about that or think they don't care about that. I used to be like, I wouldn't care. If I had money, I would just, you know, like money can change or like fix those things. But no, in the past year, I have realized I don't want to be famous. I want to like live a pretty normal life, but I want to make enough money to allow me to pursue creative things and have the time to have the energy to do hobbies and have fun and things like that. So yeah, like that has changed a lot, and that's like taken a lot of pressure off of me, because when your goal is to like be the best of the best in whatever industry you're in, it's like, whoo, there's a long way to go. But now I'm like, I can kind of like chill with whatever at the moment, you know, like I still have like life goals and like things I want to do, and I feel like I need to talk about that in a different video because like I have some like dreams, but it's like I don't know if they'll actually happen, but like I want to put some energy towards it. Anywho, bottom line is I don't want to be like a star anymore. Like I could be like a star and like maybe on a lower local level, or like if I could make money off of YouTube, that would be fantastic because I love making YouTube videos and editing and like doing stuff like on a local just me scale, maybe like with some friends, I don't know. But like I don't necessarily want to like be on TV or like in movies. I would be like so chill to just like, if YouTube was gonna be like a money maker, if I just like got enough subscribers that like I could just like live a normal life. You know what I mean? That just seems like it would be really fun. But at the moment, luckily, my job allows me to not have to worry about making money off of my creative endeavors, which also takes a lot of pressure off of like everything. Like I was taking writing classes, improv classes, you know, really trying to be on top of making YouTube videos and like doing stuff that like hopefully shows off my talent. So if I like audition and I like had to share stuff like portfolio, then blah blah blah, 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 you know. And now I do want to like be more on top of it with like a schedule, and like I'm gonna talk about this later, but like I've been really into art and collaging, so you know I'm trying to like schedule myself so I like push myself to be creative and not just watch TV and be passive in life, which I know makes me unhappy. So I have to like force myself to be creative, but when I am creative, I have fun and then I'm happy after I make things or while I'm making things. But sometimes the drive to start that creative project is hard. So I'm like really trying to be like, this day I want to post this day I have to do this, da 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 da. And then while I'm doing it, I have fun, but I wouldn't necessarily naturally be like, okay, today I'm going to do this and that, just like naturally. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically I'm just trying to like force myself to do creative projects. So I'm doing pretty great mentally. I am chillin'. That's like the main thing I think I could define my life as right now. Like I'm just like chillin'. The next thing is my physical health, which since I've moved to New York, a lot of people are like, oh my god, you've lost weight, which like I have issues with that as a compliment because like your weight, I don't need to like get on a freaking soapbox, and like I'm not a medical professional, so like, you know, what I say doesn't hold that much weight. But I am happy, whether or not I'm healthy, I am happy with having a chunky body. I like how I look. I have grown to accept and even appreciate my double chin and my, you know, like chunky, fat chubbiness. I think I look cute, and I've learned to love my body, which is wild, you know? Like, I mean, this has taken years and years, and a lot of like la 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 when it comes to people, even friends and family, you know, that subscribe to the normal ideals of beauty in Western cultures, or, you know, just even like worldwide culture, I feel like at this point. But anyway, not to get all into that, but my physical health has improved since moving to New York because I just walk more and I go upstairs a lot, and I'm not just like sitting in a car from point A to point B, although I do ride in a lot of cars at work, which I would have never guessed moving to New York I would be in so many cars. But yeah, my physical health has improved just because I move a lot more, and this year I'm trying to like get back into yoga. Me a year ago was like so into yoga, but since I've started working full time, I've gotten not consistent with that. Oh my gosh, acne, what the heck? Acne, oh my god, my skin has been on a journey in the past year. Like, what the heck? Summer really fucked me up. I'm gonna say the humidity, I have never broken out as bad as I have since this summer. And it just got worse and worse and worse because I like didn't go to a doctor and didn't get a facial and like a lot of things that I could have done in the summer to prevent the like monstrosity that my face has become since then. I'm obviously wearing makeup right now, so you can't really tell. And it's gotten a lot better since I've changed my skincare routine completely. I also went to the doctor like a few weeks ago and I'm on like an acne medication and have like a prescription gel that I put on my face at night, and like we're on the come up, but I just had to, that has been a big part of my life this past year, so I had to just give it a little mention that adult acne, man. Also, I have a feeling like my hormones are changing. I'm 27, so, you know, it's like my second puberty up in this bitch, and the acne that I didn't get in my first puberty, I am getting it now, and it is not fun. But we're hopefully reining it in, controlling it. Yeah. The next thing I have to deal with is like scarring, because my face, and like, I mean, I bruise easily. I get scars easily, I feel like. So same goes with my face, and it is not fun. And from someone who literally hadn't worn foundation in years and like would literally just like put like a little bit of concealer if I had a pimple, to now I like want to wear full coverage foundation, or like CC cream is what I actually usually use every day, that like I want to look presentable. It's hard. It's a lot of product. And you know, it feels like it's gonna like, I mean, it's clogging your pores. So when you have acne that you want to cover, you end up putting more makeup on, and it's like, is it being good for your skin? Is it making it worse? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've gotten like a good array of products now, but it's just like, ugh, acne, man. Ugh. My next topic is art, which I mentioned earlier, but I wanted to give it its own like little moment. I started an art Instagram account. It's called The Art of Aquarius. It's TheArtofAquarius, because I'm an Aquarius and I really identify with being an Aquarius, which is a very Aquarius thing to do. And it's whatever I want to post on it. Mostly collages, which has been a big change in my life, and another source of positivity and joy and fun, and I just freaking love collaging, which I have to give a big shout out to Kiki, my coworker, the other nanny that I work with. Hi Kiki, if you're watching. Wow, what a world of collaging. She is a collage artist, and she wanted to collage at work, and I was like, I'm interested, I want to do it too. And then I was like, what the heck, I love this. Which I've collaged before. Like, I used to love making collages to like cover my notebooks and folders and stuff in school. And I would just like randomly make collages sometimes, or like inspiration, vision, mood board kind of things. But I never created collages like as a work of art in my mind. It was always like, I like these things, blah, 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 let me arrange it in a cool way. Which like that can be argued that that's art. But to give it like composition and like tell a story through collaging, I had never done, and it's so fun and I freaking love it. So I started collaging like when I was off work and just for fun all the time. It's also like such a good thing to do while you're like watching a show or movie or listening to a podcast or listening to music, you know, like, I don't know, I just freaking love it. So I was making a lot, and you know, I also enjoy painting, drawing, whatever else, coloring. It's a big Instagram coloring community. So I was like, I'm gonna make an art Instagram account. Like, I'd always kind of wanted to, but I felt like I wasn't making enough consistent art, and like I wasn't like calling myself an artist. So I was like, oh, I can't do that. But you know what? If you make art, you're a freaking artist. So yeah, I'm gonna call myself an artist now, and I make a lot of different kinds of art. This is art. I put creativity and work into this video that you're watching. I like to be artful in everything that I do. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna do it. So I did it, and it's so fun, and like I love sharing my art. And so this Aquarius season right now, which is January 20th to February 19th, I challenged myself to post a piece of art every single day during Aquarius season, which I only missed one day because I was flying that day and forgot to post. But I had a post ready, which was very annoying, because like if I know I'm not gonna have time to make something, I'll like make a bunch and have like all the pictures just saved in my phone so then I can post. Which like yesterday I made like 6 collages because I was just feeling inspired. Monica gave me some magazines and I was like ripping through, and I was like, oh, this da, 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 da. So I made a lot. So I'm like good until after Aquarius season, actually, because it's already almost the end. Anyway, you can follow my art account if you're interested, and I've uploaded a few like collage with me videos. There's another one. Oh wait, am I gonna post that? Oh yeah, there's another one coming like in a few days or something. I'm a little bit off on my YouTube schedule that I created for myself, I'm not gonna lie, but I really just like chilled this past weekend instead of making videos and being productive, which, you know, is okay. I'm allowing myself to do. I don't need to be so rigid with my plans and schedules because like I'm not like relying on it for money. I'm not making any money off of this, but you know, I'm trying to hold myself accountable. So here I am making this video now. So yeah, I post collages, I post coloring pages, which it's like some people might be like, you're not making that, but it's like I'm making the choices of color. Okay, I really like coloring and it makes me feel happy. So I'm posting it on my art Instagram. And like, you know, anything else, like I've posted some old like doodles and drawings and paintings and stuff that I've done. I haven't painted in a while. I need to get back into painting. So that's my art Instagram account. I also eventually want to make a website. So if I do eventually want to like, I don't know, enter my art into a show or like something like that, then at least I have like a centralized place where people can go to like see my portfolio and like other work and whatever. Also with that, a few people in my life, mainly my sister and my friend Justin, have suggested that I sell my art, which I think would be cool, but at this point I'm like, that seems like a lot of work. But if I had a website, you know, it might make it easier to do that. I also eventually maybe want to start an email list. Let me know if that sounds appealing to you. Like if I had a website where everything was centralized, and then on the website you could like sign up for an email where like maybe like once or twice a month I sent out an email with an update of like everything I've posted and like all the videos I've done and maybe like a little like update, because I just think that would be fun and another thing for me to do. And also, if you're interested in my creative projects, but maybe you don't check Instagram all the time, or like you're not subscribed on YouTube, or you don't even have like a YouTube account, so you can't get like notifications when I post things or whatever, there would be like one thing once or twice a month that would be like, here, click on what you want, and here are these things that you can see. I don't know, that seems cool. If I want to like take myself more seriously in my creative projects, then maybe that's something I'll do. We'll see. And that's it. So things are really great. Again, I'm just like chilling. I'm making art, I'm making money, I'm working, I'm living in New York. Life is good. 2020. Year 27 of my life. 7's my favorite number, so maybe that's good for this year. I also, this is like, I guess this is another point on my list, but I feel like I'm open to opening up my heart to maybe romance in this year. I've been pretty like focused on like, I need to focus on myself, not pursuing romance at all. Like, I haven't dated ever, really. I download and delete dating apps like so, like I did it the other day, and like I feel bad because I downloaded these apps and started talking to a few people, but then I just like don't have the desire to open up the app and keep talking to them, which is like, that's a me problem. But also, like, if I don't know you, it's like so exhausting to talk. And like, I don't know, I feel like I just need to like, if I do want to use dating apps, I need to be like, let's meet up to get to know each other, because this can't work digitally for me unless I like meet you, feel your vibes, really know if I'm like attracted to you, interested in your mind, do we vibe together. You can't sense all that through texting, which is how I lose interest so quickly. AKA, literally the other day I messaged people, and then the next day I woke up and I was like, nope, I got notifications. And I was like, I just don't. Then I feel bad because I'm like, do they think I'm like ghosting them? I mean, we talked like once. I don't know. This is a deeper issue. But I think I am opening up the possibility to meet people in this year. So that's a pretty big update, I guess, you know. Maybe this year I will date a human. Oh my gosh. And we're gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry this was such a long video, or you're welcome if you like watching long videos and just hearing me ramble and talk about my life. I mean, if you're watching this, what else were you expecting? You know what I mean? I hope you have a fantastic, awesome, spectacular, wonderful, magical day. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, I hope it's a good one. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!